Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing a story time video. Now this story time video is a very interesting story time video, but I just want to say that me and the person that I'm going to talk about in this story time video, we are cool now. We talked about our situation and we moved on from this situation. Now this happened when we were 18, 19 years old, and here we are going on to be 23 years old. So this was happening going into my sophomore year of college. And I'm kind of in my junior year because I did take a year off from school. So this happened in my sophomore year. I was either 18 or 19. I believe I was 19 going on 20 when this happened. So during the summer between my freshman and my sophomore year, I met a guy, and his name was Nate. That's not his real name, but we're going to say his name was Nate. And me and him went to high school together. We graduated together. We ended up going to the same college because, I don't go to the school anymore. I transferred, but I did go to the University of Toledo, if anybody didn't know. So I was living and working and going to school in Toledo. So that's where I established my life as an adult in Toledo, but I just recently moved back home to Cleveland. So in high school, I did not pay this boy no attention or anything because I really didn't talk to boys that went to my school. That's just how I was. I had a boyfriend majority of my high school time, and he did not go to our school, so I did not really pay him any attention. But he, I guess, how guys get older and, they mature, and he caught my attention. So me and him started talking that summer, hanging out and whatever. So there was an incident that happened before we went back to school. Somehow they got each other's numbers, and he decided that he wanted to send her a picture of his little friend. And I can't remember if he told me or if she told me about it. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's interesting. I don't understand why y'all talking to each other in the first place, but I was like, okay, whatever. I'll let it go. Boom. Okay. So in Toledo, they do have suite style dorms, either 4 or 6. So me and her moved into a 6 suite with our one friend and a girl that was a freshman. There was another girl that was there, but we didn't really talk to her. So she was in a double with the one girl. Another girl was in the other double. I had my own room, and the other girl had her own room. So everything was cool or whatever. Me and him, when we got to school, he was still coming over my dorm and wanting to hang out with me and doing all this other stuff. And then one day, everything changed. So normally my friend, she would come and she would wake me up every morning before she went to class because her classes were earlier than mine. So one day she just completely stopped. She just would walk out of the door. She wouldn't make eye contact with me. She was just acting real funny. So I knew something was up. So I kept telling him, let me find out something's going on. It's gonna go hit the fan. That's all I'm saying. Just let me find out. That's what I kept telling him. Just let me find out something's going on. So fast forward. He would want to go into her dorm and not mine, and not want to hang out with me and all the other stuff. But at the same time, he was still hanging out with me, he would bounce room to room because we were all in the same dorm room. So he would bounce room to room, and he would go sleep with her or try to sleep with her, and then be in my face all at the same time. And then this one time, everybody thought I was crazy for this, but he called her and asked her what did she want from the store. So I'm like, why are you calling her, asking her what she want from the store, but you did not call me and ask me, what I wanted from the store. So I thought that was very suspect. Something is really going on. And they would just get all close to each other, and it was just weird. I'm like, for you to be messing with me, and now you're trying to mess with my friend in my face. But then they thought that, they were trying to be slick with it, but you wouldn't be slick because I peeped it. But I was just being quiet. I'm like, okay, just let me chill out. Maybe I'm just overthinking it and all this other stuff, but I wasn't really overthinking it. Them two was messing around. So one day, she finally decided she wanted to tell me because I kept saying, let me find out, she's gonna hit the fan, it's gonna get real crazy in here. So she eventually told me that they've been messing around and they love each other and they want to be together. So I was like, whatever, so be it. But at the time, I was so mad. Like, I've never been so mad in my life that day I was literally shaking. I was shaking. Like, you're supposed to be my best friend and you messing around with somebody that I was with and continuing to mess with, and thought that, you know, everything was going to be okay, but it wasn't. And so me, him, and her, we all got together in my room and we just talked about it. And I pretty much told him, you know, you're the devil and all this other stuff. And he started crying because I called him the devil. But it was true, because like you coming in between best friends, thinking you're gonna jump with her and then be back with me and all this other stuff. So it was just crazy. But then at the same time, I fell out with the other two roommates because they told her, you know, well, it's do what you want to do, you know, you got to make yourself happy and all this other stuff. So I felt as if they was telling her like that was okay, and it wasn't. It really, really wasn't. Like, how can you say that? Like, me and her are supposed to be best friends. Like, we've been best friends since our freshman year. Like, before school started, me and her were talking. And then that's how eventually me and her started sharing dorms. When my roommate moved out, she moved into my room. Like, we were best friends, like this. So I'm like, how are y'all telling her, like, this is okay to mess with your best friend's boyfriend? And telling her, you know, you gotta be happy. Like, I just didn't understand that, to me personally. So, you know, boom, we all fell out pretty much. And so he was to come over there and be in her room, and I just kept to myself because, you know, at that point, I just didn't want to deal with it. I was over it. I was already pissed. And me and her were no longer friends at this point. So eventually I did move out of that dorm. But it was like almost a bad girls club style move out, because I didn't tell them that I was moving out that dorm. I just went down to the hall directors and just told her, like, I got to get out of this room. Like, I can't live like this. Because every day I was anticipating a fight, pretty much. Because they know I didn't like them and they did not like me at that point, because I told them how I felt about that. Like, that was not cool. That was not okay for you to tell her that. So I bought the little blue bin. I had started moving my stuff downstairs because I was moving down the floor into another suite. And then I came back from class, and I bought the stuff for the shower because we had like a shower room, then a toilet room. So the shower, I bought the little mat, the shower curtain. I came back and all that stuff was at my door. So I'm like, okay, this is what we gonna do. So y'all gonna put all this at my door? Really? Because y'all upset that I'm moving out? No, I don't want to live with y'all. I don't want to have to deal with this stuff every single day. So boom, I'm in my room. They didn't know that I was in my room. They thought I was downstairs in my other room. But I was still up there because I think that was my last night in the room. So they're running their mouth, saying all this stuff. But at the same time, they're texting me too. Pretty much fighting words. Texting me. And you can hear them talking and they thinking that, you know, I'm downstairs. But I'm not. I'm hearing everything they say as they text me, telling me where you at. All this other stuff. So I walk down the hallway, and at this point, I'm just like, what's up? Like, it's 3 against 1, what y'all want to do? Our dorms and our dorm beds were in the air, and there's a desk under. So 2 in a bed, 1 sitting right here, and he was in the room sitting in the chair or whatever. So I'm like, what's up? Like, what y'all want to do? Because, like, I'm not about to sit here and argue with y'all about this. Like, y'all want to fight? The one girl up there doing this, you know, all that talking and clapping. I'm like, girl, get down, or you're going to get dragged down, pretty much. So I'm just like, which one of y'all want to fight? Nobody wants to fight. The one girl's like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't tell her that. And she's just up there quiet. And she over here about to get snatched out the bed. And he's sitting here running his mouth. And I'm like, you better shut up before I call my uncle from Detroit to come get on that. You feel me? You be quiet, because you were the source of this problem that's going on or whatever. So nobody wanted to fight. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Keep running y'all mouths. Like, it's whatever. So I moved out of the dorm or whatever. They ended up breaking up because she couldn't do it anymore. I mean, she never did it in the first place because, you know, that was my boyfriend. You were my best friend or whatever. So a couple months later, me and her, I don't even know, we slowly started being friends again. This is around the time I got my apartment, because I knew that the summer going into my junior year, I had got a job. And I was going to be really living and working in Toledo for real. So I got an apartment, and that's when me and her started back being cool. It took some time for me to be comfortable with her and tell her stuff, and you know, because I just wasn't comfortable with doing that anymore, because I feel like you violated my trust. Like you did. Like you went behind my back and then you did it in my face, you know, and I just found like that was so disrespectful. It was very disrespectful. And so we worked out our problems, and after that, you know, we was back to being like the best of friends or whatever, but a part of me still felt like I did not want her around anybody that I wanted to be with. So it was a dude that I was messing with there. You know, I really wouldn't allow them to be around each other unless we was like in a group setting, then it was okay. But if it's like just me and him, I'm like, no, I don't want you to be around or whatever, because I just wasn't comfortable, because I'm like, well, what if she try to steal this one? And I'm like, after this, you know, I'm really going to fight you if you do this again. Like, I'm really going to fight you. Like, because that's just crazy and really, really, really disrespectful. But, you know, we were cool. I love her to death. We're still cool to this day, even though we both moved back home, because she moved back to Cincinnati and I moved back to Cleveland. So we are still cool. We don't really talk about that situation. He lived in Cleveland. Of course, he lived here too. I see him occasionally. He walked up on me at Bed Bath & Beyond, because that's what works. And I'm just like, get out of my face. I have nothing to say to you. Even though it happened like a couple years ago, I still don't have nothing to say to you. Like, I don't. Like, don't talk to me. We're not friends. We're not cool. Like, I just thought that was so messed up for them to do that. So now I'm just really, really cautious with just all my female friends in general about bringing my boyfriends or the guy that I'm talking to around them because of that. So, yeah. So that is my little story time video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in another